We have a WRAL weather alert day today. We're looking at the potential for severe storms and flooding. I'll outline the timeline coming up.
Plus, the search is on for the person who kidnapped a baby, then abandoned it at a Raleigh gas station. What police are revealing about the investigation spanning several scenes that lasted all night.
And breaking news, the Carolina Hurricanes have their first matchup set for the Stanley Cup playoffs after a big announcement after 2 this morning. Well, now Canes fans are ready for another playoff run. Thank you for making us part of your early morning. I'm Ken Smith in for Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. Welcome to your Friday, and it is the WRAL Weather Alert Day. Let's get right to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with what we'll see today.
We're looking at rain starting to roll in places this morning. We don't have much coverage just yet, but as we head through the morning, that rain is going to pick up in intensity. We'll see scattered storms possible this morning, but much more likely later this afternoon. We have a level 1 risk for severe storms and a level 1 risk for flooding today. The biggest risk from storms would be damaging winds. Let's get a look at the radar right now, and you can see we do have some thunderstorms that are back to our west, back around Kannapolis, which is just north of Charlotte. No lightning around our viewing area, and you can see things are just beginning to get cranked up. We're still on track in terms of the timing. It does look like the new computer model runs that have come in are showing a little lighter amounts of rain, which is good news. Previously, we were looking at around an inch of rain, so we'll take a look at how much rainfall we could see today coming up. We can see this little band of rain starting to move here into Hoke County. Other than that, things are fairly dry at the moment, but all of that will change as we get through the morning. You can see the DBAP here. They've got the cover on the field. They've got a homestand all the way through the weekend, so I put the raincoat on this morning. 61 is our temperature. Our wind is southwest at 3 miles per hour. We take a look at temperatures heading out the door. We're ranging anywhere from mid-50s to low 60s, so it's definitely a warm start. We'll see a mild day today. Temperatures not quite as warm as yesterday because of all the rain that we'll see. There could be a few breaks in the clouds this afternoon, scattered storms with a high of 78 degrees. Coming up, we'll take a look at our computer model runs all the way through the weekend so you can continue to make your plans.
Elizabeth, thanks. Breaking news now. Raleigh police are searching for the person who kidnapped a baby, then left the child alone in the car. The investigation spanned 2 scenes stretching from Capitol Boulevard to East Millbrook Road. Police had crime scene tape up until just before 4 this morning. WRAL's Keenan Wool joins us live from where that baby was found near that gas station behind you. And so, Keenan, walk us through what happened.
Well, Ken, that search process eventually led them here to this marathon by East Millbrook and Departure Drive. You can see the scene clear behind me. Police were out here for hours tonight, and it all started at this location you can see now on your screen. This is video of an Exxon station over on Capitol Boulevard, a few miles from here. Raleigh police say around 10:20 last night, a car was stolen with a baby inside. This was a gray Ford crossover type vehicle. About an hour passed where they had no idea where this car was or the baby inside. It led, though, about an hour later, 11:20, to the car being recovered at this marathon station here on Millbrook. Police were able to secure the child inside. The baby was reviewed for a checkup by EMS personnel on scene. Now it's turning to a search process for the suspect. Police haven't named any persons of interest, though. They are at a point now where they had to bring in a clerk here to the marathon store in order to go over the security footage so that they could see if they have any clues that could lead them to a potential suspect. This search is ongoing, and they're asking the public to come forward with anything they may have seen in this overnight kidnapping situation. Ken?
Keenan Willow reporting. Keenan, thanks.
This morning, there's still no one in custody more than 24 hours after a deadly shooting at a pool party. 15-year-old Joyanna Pearsall died and 5 others were hurt in the violence Wednesday in Goldsboro. More than 160 people came together last night for a vigil and a march in her honor. The organizer tells WRAL Pearsall's death is a wake-up call to stop youth violence.
Sometimes it takes one event to make a change, and I'm praying that this is the change that's going to make change Goldsboro and the climate in our city.
The 5 teens who were hurt are stable in the hospital. Police have not named a suspect in the shooting, but say there's no ongoing threat to the public.
Durham police are looking for answers this morning after the 18th shooting involving a child in Durham so far this year. Officers spent nearly 12 hours on the scene on Carter Avenue, clearing out only after midnight. Police found a person who had been shot to death. This is video from the WRAL breaking news tracker. The victim's family tells us this was a teenager, but neither them nor police has shared a name. We're also working to learn if someone is in custody. If the recent gun violence has you feeling anxious or depressed and you'd like to talk to someone, check out WRAL.com. We have a link to our Get Help section as part of this story.
This weekend, 4 local school systems will try to address a desperate need for teachers as a nationwide shortage shows no signs of slowing. WRAL's Nia Harden joins us live from Wake County, just one of the communities holding job fairs tomorrow. Nia, good morning.
Good morning, Renee. Yeah, we've talked to you about the need for bus drivers. Well, this week the focus is now gearing towards teachers. And one of the things they want to highlight is you don't have to have a teacher's license in order to go to this job fair. Just being interested is just one step toward that. And Wake County Schools is looking for people who have a bachelor's degree and are interested in starting a teaching career. They're looking to hire general education and special education teachers. There also is a big need for teachers in math, science, and elementary education. Johnson County Schools says they also have a need to fill these positions. They're looking to fill 150. This year, they are offering bonuses up to $4,000 that are split into monthly payments over time. Both Wake and Johnson schools will have their job fairs tomorrow, as well as Durham and Orange County. We've posted the times and locations for you on our website and the WRAL News app. Nia Harden, WRAL News in Raleigh.
Fayetteville police are asking for your help finding a missing man. Take a look. This is a picture of Michael Ranson. He was last seen yesterday on Babcock Court wearing a dark jacket with green pajama pants and black shoes. Ranson is 56 and is believed to have a cognitive impairment. Call 911 if you see him.
An Air National Guardsman accused of leaking classified documents from the Pentagon is due to appear in federal court. Federal authorities arrested 21-year-old Jack Teixeira of the Massachusetts Air National Guard yesterday. He's accused of leaking documents about Russia and the war in Ukraine online. Some of these documents were shared with a small group on the chat app Discord. President Biden says the leaks don't appear to reveal current information of great consequence.
Check your flight if you're headed to Fort Lauderdale this weekend. Extreme flooding has the airport shut down for at least another few hours. The Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport has been closed since Wednesday night when heavy rains flooded parking lots and the runways. Wednesday was the rainiest day in the city's history, with some areas seeing almost 26 inches. The airport will stay closed until at least 9 this morning.
Well, breaking news. We now know when the Carolina Hurricanes will open their run for the Stanley Cup. The NHL releasing the schedule for the first 2 playoff games just after 2 this morning. The Hurricanes will open their first round series with the New York Islanders on Monday night at PNC Arena. The Canes clinched the Metro Division title last night with a 6-4 win over the Florida Panthers. The Canes will host the wildcard Islanders for games 1 and 2 of their playoff series Monday and Wednesday. The NHL plans to announce the rest of the playoff schedule tonight.
New affordable housing for seniors is opening today in Durham. A celebration is planned at 10 this morning for The Joyce. This is video of construction last year. The mixed income community on Moorhead Avenue has 80 apartment units, common areas, and green space. It's named in honor of Joyce Nichols, a Duke graduate who became the first woman in the country to receive a formal education as a physician's assistant. She also opened up the state's first rural health clinic.
Well, it's official. You can now use electric bicycles on greenways in Cary. Town Council agreed on a plan last night to allow e-bikes on those paths through the end of 2024. That same plan also sets in motion work on a safety and impact study. Cary tried out a pilot program allowing e-bikes on greenways last year. Cyclists will need to follow a 15-mile-per-hour speed limit.
It is 4:39. Some local landscapers are robbed at gunpoint in the middle of the day. Just ahead, what the thieves managed to get away with in this encounter, all caught on camera.
And what investigators are revealing about the connection between the founder of Cash App and his suspected killer in a case making national headlines.
Also, we're waiting on rain to move into our area, something we'll see in a few hours as you look live at Pinehurst. We'll explain when we're most likely to see severe weather. Our team has you covered on this WRAL Weather Alert Day.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:42. It is a WRAL weather alert day. We have the potential for some strong thunderstorms, mainly this afternoon, but we could have a few rumbles of thunder this morning as well. Damaging wind is going to be our biggest threat for today. This is a look at the radar. A little bit of shower here starting to move into Hope County. Things are looking light. As a matter of fact, new this morning, the computer model runs are showing a lesser chance for rain this morning. Still going to rain, but we had a huge band of rain on the models yesterday, and it looks more scattered. We still have a good chance of scattered storms as we get through the afternoon. So here's a look at our hour-by-hour rain chances. Definitely going to see some steady to heavy rain in some spots this morning, but we continue that chance at 50 to 60% later on this afternoon. I'll show you the timeline on Futurecast in just a few minutes.
Elizabeth, thank you. Cary police are searching for two men caught on camera robbing a landscaping crew. Take a look. The video shows a silver Honda Accord pulling past the workers and then parking on the street. This happened Tuesday afternoon. And then you see two men jump out. One of them has a gun. Both say the pair got away with a concrete saw and a backpack blower. Neighbors say they are shocked at how brazen the robbers were.
Just the whole idea that somebody would be so aggressive to do something like that is really sad.
WRAL reached out to the landscaping crew. They didn't want to do an interview, but they tell us they're grateful no one was hurt.
Well, 3 teenagers are facing charges and a 4th person is still on the run after murder in Durham. It happened at a busy shopping center on Hillsborough Road last month. Officers found 23-year-old Mario Lopez shot. He died at the hospital. Police say a 17-year-old and 2 15-year-olds are now charged with second-degree murder. All 3 are in a juvenile detention facility. Investigators have not identified the 4th person they're looking for in this case.
The man accused of killing the founder of Cash App is set to make his first court appearance in court today. Nima Momeni is charged with the murder of Bob Lee. Momeni has also worked in the tech industry, and police say he and Lee knew each other. Officers believe Momeni stabbed Lee last week in a wealthy part of San Francisco. His arrest ended social media speculation about whether this crime was linked to concerns about random violence in the city.
We all should and must do better about not contributing to the spread of such misinformation without having actual facts to underlie the statements that we make.
Police have not released a motive for the stabbing. Bob Lee was 43 years old. 5 on Your Side has learned how you can challenge incorrect charges to your credit and debit card statements from Pollo Campero in Raleigh. We told you over the last week that some customers are seeing charges that are months old suddenly posted to their accounts. Some say the amounts were incorrect. If you think you were affected, you can call the number on your screen, 919-438-0762. You can see this number and our full coverage of the story on WRAL.com.
The Army is remembering 9 soldiers who died when 2 Black Hawk helicopters crashed last month. The 101st Combat Aviation Brigade hosted a memorial service yesterday in Clarksville, Tennessee. It honored the soldiers who died when the helicopters crashed during a night training exercise in Kentucky last month. One of the soldiers who died, Staff Sergeant Joshua Caleb Gore, was from Eastern North Carolina.
North Korea claims it has test-fired a new, more stable type of missile. The country claims it has tested an ICBM that uses solid fuel. Its previous launches have been liquid-fueled missiles, which are less stable. A solid-fueled missile can also be moved more easily and launched more quickly.
Florida lawmakers approving a 6-week abortion ban. Governor Ron DeSantis signing the bill last night after lawmakers gave their final approval. The bill would ban most abortions after 6 weeks when many women don't even know they're pregnant. It would only take effect if Florida's existing 15-week ban is upheld by the state's Supreme Court. Well, this weekend, you can get any sensitive documents around the house shredded safely. Chatham County Solid Waste and Recycling holding a free shredding event from 9 to 1 tomorrow at its main facility on County Service Road in Pittsboro. You can get old tax records, credit card statements, and more destroyed for free. Now, remember, shredded paper cannot be recycled.
You can experience an extravaganza of Chinese food and culture tomorrow in downtown Cary. The Taste of China Festival will take over the old library site on Academy Street Saturday from noon to 5. There will be cultural performances, exhibits, and of course, food. This is video from a previous year. Admission is free, and I'll be there to MC for the first few hours. Always a great time, and hoping the weather will cooperate with that. First, let's get you through today's weather. Meteorologist Elizabeth Garner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with what we're going to see on this Weather Alert Day.
It is a WRAL Weather Alert Day today. The timing, of course, of this hasn't changed a whole lot. It does look like the amounts of rain that we may see this morning are a little bit lighter than yesterday. So that's new on the computer model runs this morning. But expect some scattered showers this morning, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. We'll have a better chance for thunderstorms this afternoon with a level 1 risk. That means we have the potential for damaging winds. We could also see some flooding. Normally, with an inch of rain, we wouldn't see a lot of flooding, but we had so much rain last weekend that the rivers are still fairly high and the ground's pretty saturated, so it won't take as much rain as it might if it had been dry recently. We do have some lightning here showing up in these cells that are just to the north and west of, say, Salisbury and Concord, north of Charlotte here. We have a little bit of light patchy rain in the triad, but really not a whole lot across our viewing area just yet. You can see this little shower back here that's moving near Hillsborough, but it's just a tiny little shower right now. As we get closer to 6, 7, 8 o'clock, we'll start to see a lot more of that rain filling in across our viewing area. We do have that level 1 risk for severe storms. It's not much of a tornado threat today, but damaging winds are possible. Definitely some heavy rain, some frequent lightning with these storms with that level 1 risk. This is a look at our flooding risk for today, and it does include pretty much the entire viewing area at this point. So again, because we've had so much rain in the last week or so, we have that greater potential for flooding with this particular system. The low pressure system that's bringing us all this rain is moving up out of the Gulf of Mexico and up the Mississippi Valley. But we have a weak front or a wave that's coming out to the east of that, and that's what's helping to push this rain forward. It looked like when this moved forward across our area yesterday, when we were watching it on the models, that it would be pretty steady to heavy, and it's actually more likely to be scattered with a few thunderstorms embedded in it. So don't be surprised if there are a few rumbles of thunder this morning. So this morning, you can see here right now, these showers are going to start back down here in the Sandhills, south and west of the triangle. So Southern Pines, Fayetteville. Eventually by 7 or 8 a.m., we'll likely start to see some of this around the triangle area. The last folks to see this are going to be from Goldsboro to Rocky Mount northward, but gradually as we get closer to lunchtime, we'll start to see it filling in there. And then just on and off through the afternoon, we're going to see these waves of showers and thunderstorms developing, and that's when we'll have the better chance for some scattered storms. Saturday morning, we may start with a little sunshine, and we're going to see the potential, just a small chance of a shower. There's lunchtime. You can see things are still looking good. We roll it on into the afternoon. Could be just a quick shower that rolls through in the afternoon, but really Saturday's looking pretty good right now. Looking at a 70% chance for rain today and tonight. Could be an isolated shower on Saturday, and then Sunday night we'll have a front that comes through that'll bring us a chance of some showers. We're going to take a closer look at Sunday coming up. You can see the DBAP here. They've got it all covered up for the rain this morning. 61 is our current temperature. It'll be a little bit cooler today with the clouds and the showers with high temperatures in the 70s, but we're back to 80 on Saturday and 83 degrees on Sunday. Sunday's front is more likely to be an overnight one. Behind it, our temperatures are cooler. We're in the low to mid 70s Monday and Tuesday.
Feels very comfortable. We look forward to that. Elizabeth, thanks. Well, the Washington Commanders could soon be under new ownership. Just ahead, the possible price tag on the NFL team that includes NBA legend Magic Johnson.
And the TV celebrity you might run into if you're headed to the Southern Ideal Home Show at the State Fairgrounds this weekend. Raleigh police are asking you to be on alert for animals behaving strangely. That's because officers say a rabid fox tried to bite someone at a busy shopping center. It happened at the one near Wake Forest and Six Forks Road, near Wegmans and Trader Joe's. Officers did capture the animal. They say you should watch your own pets and report any odd behavior immediately.
A massive wildfire burning for weeks along the North Carolina coast is finally under control. Firefighters have fully contained the last resort fire in Terrell County. It's been burning since March 24th and spread over 5,000 acres. No one was hurt and no buildings were damaged. Investigators say the fire started by someone burning debris on private land.
Some cutting-edge aircraft will be on display this weekend in Raleigh. The U.S. Aircraft Expo is coming to the Raleigh Executive Jetport today and tomorrow. Manufacturers and dealers will be on hand to show off their new models and to answer questions about buying and owning a plane. The event runs from 10 to 3 today and tomorrow. Today, you can find some additions for your home garden at the University of Mount Olive. The university is holding its annual spring plant sale. There will be ferns, herbs, vegetables, succulents, and so much more up for sale. And most of them are grown by students. The sale runs from 9 to 3 at the University Greenhouse on Burt Martin Road.
The NFL's Washington Commanders could soon be under new ownership. Dan Snyder reportedly agreeing to sell the team for $6 billion to a group led by Josh Harris. Harris already co-owns the NBA's Philadelphia 76ers and the NHL's New Jersey Devils. Harris's group also includes NBA legend Magic Johnson. Snyder's tenure as owner has been controversial, including an investigation by the NFL finding numerous incidents of sexual harassment and other workplace misconduct.
It's 4:56 on your Friday. It is a WRAL weather alert day. Ahead at 5, when you can expect the heaviest rain and storms today across our area as you look live at Sanford.
Also at the top of the hour, a baby kidnapped then abandoned in a car at a Raleigh gas station. What police revealed overnight about the search that spanned several locations.
And Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas faces growing questions about his personal life as a new report shows the extent of his financial ties to a mega donor.